Welcome into the PHLY Phillies podcast. I'm Jamie Lynch, and with me today is Tyler Zulli, a fellow seam head, and it is Game 6 closeout day in South Philadelphia. Tyler, I'm feeling pretty great, not only about the matchup, but just in general, and this team, potentially winning their second pennant in back-to-back years, which is a rarity and really something to enjoy and embrace.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that we're almost taking for granted is the fact that this team is knocking on the doorstep of back-to-back World Series appearances.
Yeah.
Like, we know how hard that is.
Yeah.
You don't see it often, and you haven't seen a repeat champion since the very early portion of the 2000 season. The Astros maybe have a chance at it. The Phillies have a chance to get back for a second straight time. It's not an easy feat to accomplish.
No.
I think don't take advantage of this week and the next couple of weeks if we're lucky.
Yeah, so Aaron Nola gets the opportunity as one of the longest tenured Phillies. The current, one that's playing is the longest tenured Philly. Rhys Hoskins is the other. But it would be nice for him to clinch another berth for his team. Now, Nola, in 4 games in clinching situations since last year, he had 2 regular season clinchers and now 2 wild card clinchers. He has allowed just 1 run in 27 innings with a .33 ERA. That is spectacular big game pitcher stuff. I have complete confidence now. And if you had asked me 60 days ago,
it'd be crazy.
I would have said no. The RAV4 fourth inning is a thing.
You love that RAV4 fourth inning.
It was horrifying.
I tweeted out the other day about Zach Wheeler's start in Game 5 when you needed it most. Like, it was a grown man appearance.
Yeah.
Like, he put his said it with his chest.
Yeah.
And really and he delivered. And Aaron Nola's been that way as well. And Jamie, we talked about a lot. If we want to get really nerdy, we talk about like release points and things like that. Yeah. Aaron Nola has changed his release point, and you almost don't notice it when you're watching it, but if you break it down, he's fine-tuned his mechanics to a point where everything is coming out of his hand exactly the same way. And when you have a guy, we know he can hit his spots.
Sure.
And we know when he attacks the zone, he's deadly. So if you add those 2 things together, plus the fact that when everything, now I'm left-handed, but it's almost going to look right-handed on your screen, when everything is leaving your hand, let's say at this spot or whatever it might be, you can't pick up on those pitches.
Yeah.
And he hides the ball well with that, higher, weird, it's a weird leg kick, but it works for him.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things put together, we've almost seen a maturation of Aaron Nola in like the last 6 weeks.
Well, if you had a time to pick it for it to come, I would say the last 6 weeks is a pretty damn good time. So the other great part about Zach Wheeler's performance the other night was it kind of allowed the bullpen to get some rest, and Jose Alvarado got some rest. Sir Anthony looks like he may have turned a corner a little bit. He's starting to hit that 99, 100 miles an hour again, which is great stuff. Now the bullpen is kind of at Rob Thompson's control here, and I fully expect Jose Alvarado and Jeff Hoffman to be your high leverage guys. I am curious to see how he uses Craig Kimbrell.
Yeah,
if at all.
Probably not.
Hopefully not. Hopefully Aaron Nola goes at least 6 or 7, and you don't even have to deal with them. But I'd kind of say Strom, Sir Anthony, Hoffman, and Alvarado are your big 4 right now.
And as much as you'd like to not think that there's a Game 7, the other one to think about is Ranger Suarez.
Yeah.
Because Ranger Suarez is a weapon, right? He's a starting pitcher, but he's a weapon in the fact that his bullpen day was Game 5. If they needed him, he was going to throw.
Yeah.
And you said to me while we were watching that game, who do you start Game 7 if he pitches? I said Ranger because he's a weapon.
Yeah, he is, and he's proven over the past couple of years that he's a big game pitcher that this team trusts implicitly.
Yep.
So it's a huge Game 6 tonight. Let's hope we're doing a post-game show later tonight, reacting to the Phillies heading back to the World Series and back-to-back pennants.
Crazy to think about.
Just sounds nice, doesn't it?
It kind of almost makes up for those early 2000s and mid 2000s stretches.
Almost. Well, we'll take it. Let's go, Phils. Thanks for checking out the PHLY Phillies podcast.